Hi everybody, Joe Conkley in the shop. Today we are continuing with the restoration of this 1937 D-18. Since we last saw each other, I finished the neck angle fit of the cheeks of the heel to the sides of the guitar. I have my shims ready to go, sized up. I put a tapered shim on the fingerboard extension, this part right here, the part that extends out over the body. Tapered shim of ebony, and right now I've got my handy dandy heat lamp heating up the various parts that I'm going to glue together. I'm going to glue the neck on. I'm going to put glue on the interior surface of this dovetail cavity, the exterior surface of this dovetail tenon, and also on both sides of my shims. I'm also going to glue the fingerboard extension down there. Got my clamps and cauls right over here ready to go. Coffee. Let's check the glue. Looks pretty good. It's actually gelled and ready to go. First thing I'm going to do is just put some of this warm water on the soft spruce of the fingerboard extension at the top to prep that area for this hide glue. If we put a little warm water on it and let that evaporate up a little bit, it will just take the glue better. Heating up the various parts here. The hardest part to heat up is this interior of the dovetail cavity and that fingerboard extension area at the top, just because the surrounding areas are all finished, so I have to be judicious with the heat. So I'm just sort of placing it under the heat lamp here for a minute or two to heat that up. If your parts are all heated up, it extends the working time of the hide glue. That is probably the biggest challenge with hide glue, is it's a very short working time. But let's go. Hide glue to the fingerboard extension. The interior edges of the dovetail. Now I'm going to take the shims and put them in here. Glue on that surface. Make sure I put them in correctly. T for treble. P for bass. The other nice thing about hide glue is it has a high tack, so notice I place those shims in there and they just tend to stick where they're supposed to be for a short period. This, and I'm going to take my heat lamp, so get the heat pointed towards the area that I'm working in right now. Put a little more on there. All right, let's fit this together. Properly. Clamps here, put it on the edge just to balance that out so it doesn't sit all cockeyed there. I've got my interior fingerboard extension caul there. This one in the middle. See it squeeze out everywhere I want. The glue still appears to be a nice liquid state. It hasn't started to gel yet. One more clamp. Right. So for the most part, the only cleanup I have to do is around that fingerboard extension, because I've glued the interior of the dovetail. Although I usually take this warm water brush and run it down the sides of the neck as it meets the body there, just to introduce a teeny amount of water and glue to that edge. It should be a perfect fit if there are any minor gaps there. That can help to swell that close a little bit and to clean up any glue that might have dripped down there. Of course, the hide glue went on, so I will let this sit for a minimum of 12 hours, usually up to 24. So sometime tomorrow, usually tomorrow morning, I will be able to unclamp it and proceed. If there is, and there will be some other glue residue that I'll need to clean up, but it's usually just such a thin smear of glue that I can easily clean it up with warm water again. But there you go. The neck is glued on. Probably going to be at least a couple of more sessions to bring this all to fruition. But I'm getting there. Appreciate you tuning in. Like us and share us on Facebook and all them other social media platforms. And I'll see you next time in the shop. Thanks.